Is this a cryptid? So let's see what questions we have only on Paranormal, True or False. It is free to subscribe. Please subscribe. It really helps the channel out. Thank you. What is this ghostly figure? We suddenly will see a ghostly figure walk from the center of the screen to the left of the screen. What is that thing? It appears that it is a windy day and potentially a rainy day. So is this simply rain that is being blown by the wind, but it gives that ghostly image? If that's bugs and not water that's streaking across the screen, then it might be a ghost. But if it is raining, then I just think that's wind pushing rainwater around. There might be a danger worse than that ghostly figure happening. If that is rain streaking across the screen, then that's horizontal rain, which is indicative of a tornado. Is a possession happening or something else?
Holy! Monsieur!
The door suddenly slams shut, separating the adult from the child. Is the house haunted? Is a possession occurring? Or could this be telekinesis? Is the child upset about being told to go into the bathroom and brush their teeth? And that results in this child slamming the door shut in their parents' face because they're angry? Or is it a simple case of someone was hiding behind the door and slammed the door shut? Is a prank being played on the adult? Or did the adult actually pull the door shut themselves? I'm truly not sure on this one. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Is a poltergeist causing this activity? As this person explores this abandoned building, he will suddenly turn around and the door on this cabinet flies open. Could uneven or unstable floorboards cause that cabinet door to open? If he rigged it with a string, he would have had to wrap it around something to get it to go in that direction. Could the cabinet itself or the hinges on the cabinet be unstable? This is one of those where I wish I was there so I could examine that cabinet. So for me, this one is inconclusive. He continues to explore, but as he goes into this room, a reflection is caught in the window. Did you see it? We can see the outline of his own body underneath the light, but then something else crosses in front of that window. What is that? It gives the profile of a person that has bangs. I do not know if that window goes to the outside and is on a first floor or has a balcony for someone to be on the outside just walking by. I don't know if that window opens up to another room and somebody is walking by on the other side of the window. Based on the fact that the light source is the camera, it does appear like it's happening in front of the camera. But the more that I look at it, I'm not convinced it's a reflection. I think it might be on the other side of the window. There is definitely something there. I just don't know what it is. Is a poltergeist moving these objects? A pot in the lower right-hand corner starts to roll. Then we will see a dark shadow pass from the left to the right in front of those objects at the back of the room, moving them as it passes. They continue to move and shift as if something is still pushing on them. What was that dark shadow, and what is causing these objects to move? So it does not appear that the window is open and a breeze blew through that window and moved any of those objects. It's possible that the way that they rigged some string or wire could have moved those objects. They could have even drilled a hole in the wall right there to move those objects in such a weird way. The shadow person could simply be a CG effect or from a shadow outside of the house. My rule of thumb is if there's too much activity, it's probably staged. Is this a cryptid? As these individuals are exploring this cave, they will suddenly come across a creature. What is this thing? Is it dangerous? Is this a threat to them? They start to retreat and try to escape this thing. Even though the head shape is weird and unusual, it has all the movements of an alligator or crocodile. It's possible something is stuck in its teeth, and that's what's dangling on the side of its mouth. It also, at one point, kinda looks CG. It's definitely scary and they need to run, but at this point right here, to me it looks like the shadow is off. That's why I'm thinking it might be CG. Like the whisker that's on its right side, it's not really showcasing a shadow. So I feel like they might have missed that. With the light source where it's at, the shadow just seems like it's in the wrong place and the nose is not rounded enough. So when the creature first appears there, it looked like a real alligator and they just put something on its head to give it this odd shape. See, the shadow seems off here, but then in the next scene right here, where's its teeth? Alligators and crocodiles have very distinctive teeth. So I don't think this is a cryptid. I think they might have had an alligator or a crocodile that they pretended like was chasing them, but they added some CG effects to it. Either way, it's off. Yeah, I mean, it's a toothless alligator with a weird head. If it's not CG, then it may be an unknown reptile species. But I feel like that would have gone viral and a whole bunch of zoologists would have weighed in on that. So I don't know that I'd call it a cryptid. What are your thoughts on this one? Is this a shadow person? As the camera points towards the doorway, suddenly we see a shadow walk through the doorway. Is this paranormal or a living person? The footage is really grainy, so it's really hard to tell exactly what we are looking at. It does appear like something's there and it's not a CG or video effect. I don't think it's a play of the light or shadows. Zooming in, enhancing the video, changing its color is not helping. I'm labeling this one as inconclusive. What is this shadowy figure? As we walk through this building, we will suddenly see some type of figure or movement behind the door. It's really hard to see, but I've slowed the video down and we can see something back there. By increasing the brightness of the video by 1,000-fold, we do see that there's some type of shape there behind the door. but it's a weird shape. Is it some sort of a lens flare? Is it some sort of a glitch in the camera? Is it a video effect CG, something of that nature? Because right here, that is such a sharp line. That just kind of makes me wonder if it's some type of a CG, overlay masking, video effect. I'm not 100% convinced it's real. What do you guys think on this one? Is it paranormal or something else? Did a ghost cause this light to fall? As we look at the wall and the ceiling, we will suddenly see the light fixture on the ceiling start to fall. What caused it to fall? Was it just loose and with some type of a vibration in the house, whether it's a door that was slammed, a train going by, or a plane going by, or some other vibration caused by walking on the floor above? Did that loosened bolt cause it to fall? Is it simply a mouse chewed on wires, and that's what's caused this mess? This type of issue just does not strike me as paranormal. This is just a installation malfunction to me. These blinds possessed? As the camera is pointed at this door, odd things will start to occur. First, a dog will show up and start looking out that door and out that window in that door. Then the blinds will adjust. They'll move up, they'll move down. They will just change their angle to where you can see outside, and then they'll change the angle so you can't see outside. They will not only open up, but they'll also roll up to where the blind is no longer blocking the window. So we know because the dog is interacting with the blind that it really is happening. So it's not a CG or video effect occurring. At times it seemed like the dog was excited about somebody being out there and would wag its tail. Did they simply run the string through the door and are pulling the string through the door, and that's what's changing things? Or are they in the inside of the house and using a string? Obviously, most blinds, you use a string to open them and pull them up out of the way. So I just wonder, is this just an extension of that? Because we actually don't see the top of the frame where a lot of that pulley system is actually located. But I feel like because the dog keeps looking outside, the human being is outside. It seems to me that someone is just right outside the door there, and that's what the dog is looking at. So I'm going to label this as staged. What is this ghostly figure? It looks like someone is walking up the stairs, but there's such a vague figure that we can't really make them out all that well. The way that this first person turns sideways, it does seem like somebody walked by them and they made room for them. I feel like this might be just a camera glitch and there's actually someone there, but the camera is just not picking that person up. I'm not sure on this one, but it seems odd to me. If this is supposed to be a security camera, why is it so low to the ground? What is this mystical light? As the camera pans from the left to the right, we suddenly see a mystical light in the center of our frame. What is that? Is it a spiritual being? Is it a ghost? Is it an angel? Is it a god? Is it a lens flare? Is it CG or video effect? Is it a camera glitch? It has this weird movement to it, like it's a piece of clothing that's hanging on a clothesline and blowing in the wind just a little bit. But I don't think this is real. I think this might be some type of a CG effect. The movement is just bouncy, like they cut and paste and couldn't get the timing right. But I'm not sure. It's odd enough to be real. Is this a ghost? As we watch this footage, we will suddenly see a ghostly figure show up in the distance behind that car, and then it disappears. I know everyone tries to label videos like this as ghostly and real paranormal. Unfortunately, it's just a case of a bad camera that doesn't have the range to pick that up clearly, and all that is a human being walking in front of a crappy camera. If you agree or disagree with my analysis, please leave a comment below. You will find links to social media platforms for this channel as well as for Jim Riley in the description below. Be safe and don't investigate alone. If you appreciate this type of analytical analysis, please subscribe. And remember, question everything. Thanks for watching Paranormal, True or False.